Hello everyone, and welcome back to Game 2 of the Baddy Overwatch League, where we have DDC playing against 50 Cent Club. I am joined today with the one, the only, Josh Danko. How's it going, Josh?
It's going pretty good. Just coming off of a team win. Feels pretty good, but we're moving on to this game. How are you, Cal?
You know, I miss Overwatch, and it's always a fun time casting, so I don't know. I'm ready to get into it. So we're loading into Numbani for the first map, and honestly, a pretty underrated map in my opinion. I think a lot of people dislike how different it is, but I like the different strategies that can come up.
Sure. Typically, teams like to run like a dive or a bunker comp, so maybe we'll see that come out. Bunker comp for the defense here, which is DDS.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how much these guys strictly play away from just the popular meta, but I know that a lot of people have been wanting to pick up the new character, who is what's his freaking name? I am totally prepared caster.
It is Baptiste. I believe that's how it's pronounced.
Baptiste. Yeah, very exciting. Glad to see him in here, and we might get to see Sneaky Turtle having a little bit of Baptiste action.
Okay, sure. Sneaky Turtle will be subbing in today for the DDS, unfortunately due to their two other players missing.
Yeah, I mean, I believe in him. We both know Sneaky Turtle pretty well. The dude's a really good, just like, fill-in player, right? So exactly what they need, basically.
Sure. And it looks like DDS does want to run that bunker comp with the new hero Baptiste. And then on the offense, we've got a dive comp. Let's see what they can do here. Double snipers against shield isn't usually ideal, but maybe they can get around it.
Yeah, if they can maybe pick off this Ashe who's just killing around the corner. Who knows? We'll have to see exactly how she plays it. And yeah, they're just moving up the front here, seeing exactly how they want to attack this. We all know 30, a very cool and calculated player, and they're gonna run in. And immediately 30 picks off the Ashe. What a pick.
They were able to get the res here. Looks like most of the offense is staying down main. I don't know if they're going to push forward.
The problem is you normally do want the D.Va to go down by herself, but she just gets melted immediately. Bastion still trying to lay out the DPS, does get the Winston, does get the D.Va mech, he uses his ulti and dies immediately. McCree on the Widow shoots him down. Goodbye AJS0, goodbye Sneaky Turtle, and it looks like they get the point.
Yeah, the defense just kind of collapsed there. After 30 got that initial pick, it looked like they just wrecked their shield and then got underneath them. They weren't able to do anything about them once the Bastion had no line of sight.
Yeah, a couple switch ups here. Heron moving over to the Sombra. Maybe try to get a little bit more backline disruption onto that Widow, onto the 30 on the Hanzo, and people are just getting picked off some more as the Widowmaker every Widow. Dreaded DPS comes on top this time.
And it looks like they're just going to keep trying to dive this Widow to make some space for 30 and McCree to work here on their snipers.
Yeah, slowly but surely defense is going to be able to hold here, but Destructive Dude maybe going a little bit too far forward, does get picked off. Not sure if the offense is going to be able to come up with anything, but this 2 DPS 2-2-2 just standard from both teams. Man, it's working out.
Yeah, it looks like the defense is coming up on about 6 ultimates here. Oh, we have 6 ultimates on each side almost. So this is going to be an explosive fight we have coming.
Yeah, Winston just trying to hold the high ground a little bit, look to see who he wants to dive. I think he is spotted out by the Widow site. He goes onto the cart, just drops a bubble, but here comes a D.Va. Ends up just splitting up the comp. And Scarlet does pop the Transcendence, trying to keep her team alive, seeing what they can do.
And it appears no one's really dying right now. Each team's playing this fairly slowly.
Yeah, there's a lot of separate fighting going on as the blue side D.Va bomb into the Sombra hack does get scotched, but 30 popping off, gets 2 kills himself. and just trades everywhere. 30's killing a lot of heads. The clicks are real. Whew. As red side looks to be able to continue this push, mainly off the back of 30.
The EMP came out from Heron, hit 5 people, but unfortunately they all ran and hide, so the Diva Bomb didn't come through with any more than just a pick. That was their combo they were playing off of.
Heron does swap off the Sombra. I don't really love Sombra into the double snipers that much. It's not like the hacking really affects them. So maybe they'll be able to fight a little bit better here as the Winston just kind of smacking each other. They do get Blanny's ult, trying to create some space. Does knock him around. The Diva blend for you, whatever that is from Baptiste. And
this little battle is just going back and forth right now. They're just trading whether they kill each other.
Nano boost on the Blanny. He runs in, kills Sneaky Turtle. The Hanzo ulti also going into the spawn, forcing Judge DPS to get a bad position and get caught out by the Winston. Everyone's just, all the red side are just knocking down all of blue side here. It's just pretty much a roll. Destructive Dude does finally get on, try to get a last push, but 30 kills him too, and it's over.
Yeah, that was a very dominant offense we saw out there from 50cc.
Yeah, they came in with a plan, they knew what they were doing, and they really just knocked him dead. As oof. Getting used to trying to play-by-play. Not my style, but you know, it's fun.
Sure. That's alright, Cal. We're working with it.
Working with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what the DDS can pull out on their offense this time around. Maybe compete with that almost 4 minutes that 50cc has left on the clock here. 3 minutes and 52 seconds. Maybe they'll come out with their own bunkers from 50cc.
Yeah, we might be having a little bit of lag issues, unfortunately. Apparently we're on a West Coast server, but you know, sometimes you gotta adapt, and that's the most important part of being a Overwatch player. Honestly, from when I played Overwatch, ping never felt like too big of a deal, but to be fair, I played a lot of Roadhog when I first started, so maybe it was a little bit skewed.
Sure, and coming from a sniper standpoint, with the ping, it might throw off their aim or whether they're hitting shots or not, so that could play into a big difference here.
Yeah, but either way, I mean, these guys still are playing the snipers, so they're still confident in hitting those shots, and it's gonna be the double sniper defense. They're running, pretty sure, the exact same comp, except for maybe Scarlet, not on Ana. I can't remember if she was playing it or not. But yeah, Heron actually gonna be on his signature Pharah against the double snipers. He's challenging him, and we'll see if he's able to do much with AJ0 in the sky. This is gonna be tough.
They're just playing it slow. Looks like they're getting that dive in on the top right. You know what? Looks like Canuck got team back and they got some mercy on DDS.
Oh, dreaded DPS. Getting a couple kills though. Those are some really big picks, and it's only 2 people left on the defense. The tanks are the last to live, and I don't think they're going to be able to defend this. Good offense out of whose side here.
And dreaded DPS is just popping off. He's clicking on their heads.
Yeah, this dude playing the Widow, especially against someone like 30 and McCree, who's been having a pretty good day himself, so well played by him.
That was a fairly quick fight, so it doesn't look like either team was able to get much of ultimates online. So we're just going to see another slow-paced fight here, see if they can play for any picks.
Yeah, Heron maybe creating some space there with the Pharah. He does have to be careful of those lines of sight, but if anyone can do it, it'd be Heron. And 30 gets a pick onto the Widowmaker as Soldier. Not too common as far as I'm seeing. Blue side just kind of crumbling a little bit. HS0 does get the rise onto the Winston. And yeah, they're just gonna try to play this one out slow. Each team feeling each other out, seeing what they can find. Blanny uses a jump back, is pretty low. Has to back up and grab some healing. But they'll be fine, but McCree does take out Heron. The Pharah falls. This might be just spelling doom as the Ana boost comes out. And the Winston Primal Rage. This might just be the end for the offensive push here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going for a reset here. And once again, they're gonna have from DDS, they're gonna have 6 ultimates working. And look for another explosive fight. Watch out for that rocket barrage from Heron. That's something that can always be a game changer.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure Freefy lost his mech there, but he got it back so fast. Canuck's still at 82%. I don't think it'll be too much of a big factor, but I'll have to see how they're able to use these ultis. As they have them all on the offense. Widow Sights traded. They're gonna throw a D.Va bomb in. This could be pretty big, as it does get both the supports.
That's a huge initiation.
This has gotta be it from the blue side, as they're gonna push in. Winston, Primal Raging 30 around. He's not allowed to play the game. McCree dies. Oh, and this is just absolutely really good use of their ults. Maybe a little bit of overcommitment, as they only have 2 out of the 6 remaining. Next to the 3 on the defense, but I don't think they'll be able to recontest this. Smartly, Heron is playing forwards, so.
Yeah, that looks dominant from DDS there, and now they got stacked with about 5 minutes left on the clock here to capture this final point.
And yeah, we'll have to see if they'll be able to do it, as Tank's just kind of trading blows. O's in the top. The DPS are kind of just having their own free reign, as Winston and D.Va will join the offense. Ooh, Blenny actually gets taken out there. Sneaky Turtle with the shots. Ooh, 30's gonna use Attack Visor, but dies immediately! Oh, all the ultis! As HSZero dies to a D.Va bomb. Man, this is going crazy.
Scott pops his trance, see if they can contest the card here with that, maybe make some space, but Dreaded DPS was able to find the Widow in the back.
Yeah. As the Zenyatas are traded, both D.Vas finding the other Zenyatta, but the Winston and D.Va just being so aggressive as they're pushing them out. The offense is gonna have to reset here. As Winston even Primal Rages, trying to put them in their spawn, put them where they belong. Heron actually swaps to Sombra, hacks them out. They're gonna get so much ult charge off this Winston. He is able to get out critically though.
And like you just said, that ult charge, Heron was able to farm 50% almost on that Winston.
Always leave yourself a back.
Yeah. We'll have to see how they do it. They did use the Widow Sights there, maybe a little bit of a waste, but thankfully they managed to push him back. Destructive Dude falling down early to McCree. This is actually pretty poor for the offense. They're not going to be able to push too hard, as they're just slowly trickling.
Yeah, they just need to get out and get a reset here.
Oh, Canuck even gets DMAC. He does die immediately, thankfully. But, yeah, they're just forced to sit there as...
Oh, Dreaded DPS is playing this very risky. He was at 50 HP trying to poke the other Widow.
Ooh. Always exciting these fights, as the D.Va does go down to 30. Or no, the Heron dies to 30. He is gonna get res? No, he is not. 30 lends a Helix Socket. HS0 down. That's a worth trade for the defense here. As Freefy points
Once again, the offense, DDS finds themselves just resetting here and shaving more time off their own clock. Well, that's unfortunate.
They've got to stop getting picked here, like, between, if it's Winston, if it's the Sombra, just, people got to calm down a little bit and find picks like that. I do believe Scarlet's going to be able to get the res, but they're going to hack the D.Va. They might just be able to run her down. Oh, Q's everywhere! Oh, 30 goes down. He did have the Talk Visor running. Heron gets him. And they're just... Fights pretty separate, as both Winstons are trying to zone the team. Blenny goes down first. Destructive Dude staying in the bubble. Does jump on the Scotch. Getting pocketed, but it doesn't matter as they trade their life. Freefy gets a huge ulti! What's going on?
What was going on in there in the back, Freefy? Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that equalizer brought some stability for the defense, even though Dreaded is still in.
Trying to pop off, but there's only so much you can do as Widow when you don't have anyone to stand in front of you, and Canuck goes down. I think they're gonna have to give it up. They do thankfully get McCree's ulti, I guess, but... And Blinding Ballet falling pretty nice. They're gonna be able to get a res, so this could be a... If they can recontest quickly here, this might matter. They killed Freefy too. But wait, 30! The Torbjorn gets Destructive Dude in the face. That might just stop the push.
Oh, this late time switch from 30 on to Torb could throw them off.
Yep, as Scotch does go down to Heron. A nice pick from the Sombra as she gets a huge hack on the 3 members of the red side. Sneakers Turtle goes down to McCree as he doesn't care about your hack. But they do get the Diva mech in return. And yeah, Canuck able to zone a little bit, get back in his mech, the red's on a Sneaky Turtle, able to continue this fight as long as they can. 30 goes down and it's over!
They weren't on the card!
They forgot about it. A little bit of a C9, a little bit chaotic, but you know, in the end, the important thing, the offense manages to push them off, and only a minute remaining though. That could mean a lot.
Sure. A positive for the offense there was that they finished with some time on the clock, so now they do get the shot to push again for the first point, if not more.
Yeah, they actually had a pretty clean first point take. I'm curious to see if they'll swap up their strategy at all, or I like what they have with Heron on the Pharah for this first point at the least, because it's so much harder for the Widowmaker and Soldier that they were running to mess him up, but the defense isn't just gonna lie down and wait for this Pharah, and 30's gonna be playing the Bastion. They're playing some bunker comp. This is a 1 DPS, triple support, double tank team comp. I'm excited, are you?
I am excited, except, wait, 30 did switch.
30 did swap, no Bastion.
But still, we've got a disconnect.
Yeah, pretty sudden, so we get a short pause here as we can look at the offense team comp. They're running the Sombra. Would have been really good against this Bastion comp if they ran it. So maybe 30 is just some 3D chess, 4D chess going on. He's like Heron's a Sombra player, you know.
Right, trying to stay a step ahead. That's important. But it'd be interesting to see if they do run this triple DPS in a bunker, or a triple support, I'm sorry. That could be a little bit awkward, but if they can put out the damage, that could be fairly strong.
Yeah, I'm curious, how do you think is the best way to go around running like a Winston Diva into the bunker comp? How would you say in terms of comms, in terms of everything around them?
Usually the call would be to play line of sight as long as you can. Get close to them without showing yourself. If that was more so for a Bastion strat, but we see 30 on the Soldier here, which makes things a bit more diveable. So they would probably actually just commit right away and probably try to kill one of the supports and the immortality field from the Baptiste here. Maybe we can look for something like that, or set Heron up for a hack and then dive to look for some sort of variation of that.
Yeah. Do you think it's actually viable to at all just be like looking to throw away some fights, try to get some like ult charge onto the Sombra, and then try to just play around the EMP to win the fights? Or would you say you can't afford that just because of how strong the enemy's ultis would be as well?
Yes, in this case, I don't think they have time to play off the EMP ult charge, because that could be risky, because if Heron isn't able to do enough damage, then you've just thrown away most of your time. So we'll look for a quick push right away from DDS here.
Yeah, and maybe they can get 2, maybe 3 fights, but I very rarely see BOL teams actually use the full 60 seconds to get, 3 attacks off. Normally you see like maybe 2.5 if they're lucky, maybe 1.5. It just definitely will be on the loud voices of DDS, I believe, to just hard commit. If the fight's lost, then end the fight quick, and yeah, make the most of their time. Right.
So that I think if they do play it slow, they can do this.
Yeah, we're still waiting on that disconnect from Blanny, unfortunately, so we'll get word when we can. All we know are the Western servers are killing the DPS players. Very tragic.
Yeah, that is a little bit. It is a bit odd that they are connecting to the West Coast, as the host is somewhere in Central/East Coast.
Yeah, very, very strange. What do you think about this Mercy Zenyatta comp that we've seen like literally every BOL team to run?
Mercy Zenyatta, it's low heals. It's go in quick and dive, because we don't have time to just sustain ourselves in the fight.
Yeah, Blenny Bunny does rejoin the game. He's Strangely not in the game yet, though, I believe.
Yeah, for some reason it doesn't look like it placed them back on
On
50cc. Yeah, they've only got 5 players now.
Yeah, if I do look in like the group thing, it shows him. But I wonder if I show the lobby if I can see him. Yeah, he's in the lobby if you're looking at that. So, yeah, we'll see.
If for the host, yeah, like Cal said, he is in the lobby. Maybe there should be some moving around of players, placing them on the team. I'm not sure how to adjust that. Well, it looks like both teams are ready, actually. So
Yeah.
here we get going again.
Hopefully it works out. They do have 20 seconds, so I'm not too worried about Blenny coming that late. It might be harder for him to actually join quick. He's going to be playing that Winston, though, so probably not the biggest deal.
Okay, so some counter dive here. Just planning on the offense to commit and then the defense in 50cc to recommit here.
We said bunker comp, completely debated. Nothing.
Yeah, we went from Bastion and Orisa to Soldier and Winston here.
Yeah, and McCree onto the Widowmaker, looking for the duel against Dreaded DPS. See how exciting this can be, as the blue side going to be taking a little bit of a different route, going around the outside. Ooh. As Zenyatta's on the high ground, kind of alone.
Heron caught Scotch, but Scotch was paying attention. He caught him and detected him, was able to catch him.
But like I said, Zenyatta was alone. The Winston jumps right onto him, and he's able to get out. So this is going to be kind of rough.
Both teams are just trading back and forth.
Are dead.
It's just a free for all now.
Yep, as Heron gets the hack on to Plenty, he's not ulting anytime soon. As 30's trying his best to frag out on the point, on the Soldier, is probably his best character. A little bit of reset, there's only 3 left.
Time is ticking down here.
Yeah, they're gonna have to touch to the point. They will get the contest. Canuck on the mini Diva, just trying to bunny blast her way to victory. As the other Diva mech does go down. Heron dies to 30, but the Mercy res is gonna come through. Squid trades his life for it, and 30 is almost certainly gonna get an uncontested tack visor. He gets Dreaded DPS, he gets Canuck, he gets Destructive Dude, and entire offense push dead.
Wow. Yeah. It looked like the offense was just a bit split there in their first attack, unfortunately. Well, and then 50cc was able to hold strong there, and now they've got 4 minutes left on the clock, 4 minutes and 2 seconds actually, and all they need is that 1 tick to finish off this map.
Yeah, I would say from looking at it, when they were like all pushing on the side, I thought it was a pretty good idea, but the Zenyatta was alone, and huge props to Blenny on the Winston, just jumping on him immediately. Getting him, he just got melted. He got Tesla Cannon down. The tanks from DCC were a little bit slow to jump back onto the Winston, try to defend Sneaky. So,
right, being that Zenyatta, it hurts. If there's no Mercy around and you're a lone Zenyatta versus a Winston with that just jumped on you in his bubble, there's not much you can do unless you're hitting headshots.
Yeah, unless your name's Jay Jonak, and I don't think we have one of those in our league, thankfully.
Right. No Grandmasters in this league quite yet.
Yet, he says.
Yeah. Right. You know, maybe some rules will change for rookies, or some players here will earn it.
Yeah, very true, as defense coming out from DCC, mate. Their last hold, they're gonna have to hold this for 4 minutes, and they can't let go of a single tick. Their best bet is a draw. This is do or die.
Yes, and they're committing to the Sombra with Sniper and Dive. So they're gonna be looking just to keep that high ground position away from the offense here.
Yeah, I like what Heron's doing, sawing a little bit of time. There is no Mercy on Scarlet, so they don't actually have any reses to stop to counter just the picks coming out from Dreaded DPS. Yeah, Heron sawing them out. Looking at McCree, gets a little bit of damage on him. He might actually pick him, but no, 30 turns on him. Heron goes down. He's not coming back for a little while. This is a 5v6.
Yeah, the offense is playing this nice and slow, quite methodical, just waiting for picks. Like this, 30 got the Mercy.
Yeah, both supports down. This is almost looking surely in the offense's favor, as little by little they get taken out. 30 does go down to Destructive Dude, and Sombra coming out in the end, but she gets Discord, she's down, and that looks like the end of the first map, going to 50 Cent Club.
Yeah, that was a methodical push there by a 50cc, knowing that they only have one tick, played it nice and slow, waited for picks from their snipers, and here we have 30 with play of the game.
Yeah, I imagine any of those tac visors. This is actually the first point defense of him just fragging out. Gets that tac visor, you know, this is real tough things right here. Clicking the heads, obviously, haha. They're all dead. Yeah,
Wow,
41
nice cleanup
elims,
from 30.
6% KP. You know, they don't call him 30 for nothing.
The
Possibly best
reigning
DPS in the league.
MVP?
Yeah, reigning MVP. Is it 2 years running? I can't remember. Or 2 seasons running?
I'm not sure, but I think so.
Yeah, a lot of
Sounds
people
right.
A lot of people looked at this team and were like, oh, they literally have 30 in free fee, and they have a bunch of people who that they had to get for super cheap. But they're making it work. Yeah, I'm very impressed.
Yeah, that looked very very good rather from 50cc, and now we're going to be moving on here to Junkertown. Now, Junkertown likes to run the Bastion on cart, the pirate ship. It seems to be everyone's favorite, or I don't know if everyone likes it or not, but it seems to be a meta rather for the map.
Yeah, and maybe some more Sombra, some more double sniper coming out. I'm guessing some double sniper from 50cc. We are going to reset the lobby, just to make sure, so we can try to get off the West Coast servers for all these DPS crying, my ping, I'm not getting 5 MS.
My headshot didn't register.
Yeah. Very tragic. But you know, sometimes it be like that, as we shall wait for it all to get set up, hopefully.
It really do, Cal.
So yeah, DDS versus 50cc. When we're looking at exactly what they run, I would definitely much more expect DDS to be running a Bastion comp.
Okay.
Like on attack specifically. I think that 50cc probably has this strategy run down where they want 30 in McCree to be running the Widow. I think Heron's gonna be running Bastion, Judd did the DPS on the Widow. I imagine we see him on that pretty much all night long.
Sure, right, and this first point in Junkertown has that open space, lots of high ground, and just different areas for a Widow to take advantage of, so we might be looking at that double sniper again. See if we can play for the pick game.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have to see what they want to run more in terms of the second and third point. Definitely they would try to swap off of it. I know the first point is just so heavily double sniper favored, but you could definitely see some other stuff. Maybe some McCree, you know, some Ash.
Alright, that'd be cool. We don't get to see a lot of Ash gameplay in the league. I don't know. Maybe people don't like playing her?
Yeah,
she's a fun hero.
It's very strange because of how much hype I felt was coming when she first came out. Like the amount of damage she can put out with a Widow or a Mercy boost is pretty crazy. She can get one-shot headshots with that damage boost from Mercy, but I guess having a Mercy is also kind of inhibits a little bit of the team. So
right,
who knows?
Right, it might be tricky because you have a pocket on the Ash then, and then the rest of the team has to play around the other support you have going on, whether it's a Zen or an Ana, so heals might not be there.
Yeah, for sure.
Looks like we're getting this new lobby going, so that way we don't have any West Coast lag or ping spikes or anything like that.
Oh, shoot. I got it. Yeah, sorry.
Right, looks like we got everyone in the lobby here, and we're just gonna see if the teams can get ready and everyone's set to go, and we'll kick off this second map.
Yeah. I do feel like 50cc were playing a little bit more coordinated throughout that. It was very chaotic, but Blending just seeming to get a little bit more bang for his buck with that Winston, keeping himself alive a little bit longer. We'll have to see how it works. 50cc,
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to see these good widows go at it again. It's always a good battle to watch.
Yeah, keep an eye on those people. As we did see Dreaded DPS, he was like, even though his team lost that map, he was getting a lot of picks as the rest of his team was dying. He just, maybe he just needs to kill him faster, Forehead. I don't know what to say.
Right, just click on their heads quicker. Just do it.
Just do it. As want to see who's able to carry their team to victory. And
Just do it. Don't let your memes just be dreams.
True, it's true.
Hey. Oh, right. Getting this map kicked off.
Yeah, I mean, you sometimes see, like, it's always funny on defense. I always hear people, they want to, like, defend this first door. They want to, like, try to stall as much time as possible. Maybe play, like, super heavy, just, like, AoE stuff between Junkrat, spam, and a ton of spam in general. But I don't know if we'll see it here. I would like to see some Roadhog as he would come back to his native place of Australia, but
some Junkrat and a Roadhog, the duo, back at it again.
Yeah, can always hope. And Freefy is hovering it right now. I'm not sure if he's gonna play it, but I can dream. Bring it to me, Freefy, please.
Okay, so it looks like DDS here is going to be running a dive on defense. Which comes out a bit unorthodox on this map, but they might be planning to see that Widow.
Yeah, DD. You know, now that I think about it, DDS is such an awkward freaking acronym for their name because their DPS is the Widowmaker player's like name is Dreaded DPS, so his acronym is also DDS,
which is fitting.
Very fitting. Man, that gets confusing as 30 hovering the Torbjorn. Is he gonna bring it out? I hope so.
Oh, 30's whipping out the Torb.
Yeah.
Here we go. So,
exciting times.
Kind of a pirate ship we have here, but not the orthodox one.
Yeah, as Winston and the Genji kind of jump in on the Roadhog, not finding much but some ult charge. As D.Va actually gets demeched, 30 finds it. Heron's running into them, maybe trying to stall for some time, but Destructive Dude goes down to Freefy on the side. 30 finishes off the D.Va. She does get res, but she'll trade her life again.
30's
Man, that's gonna come in turn.
Picks all in favor of DDS. Looks like they're rolling through this map. 30's popping off.
Yeah, this Torbjorn just working out for him. Who needs a turret when you can click their heads yourself?
Yeah, just click their heads, forehead.
Yeah. It's working out well for them as they've set up this pirate ship. They're trying to close off this first point, see if they can get it, as they're kind of like having a couple people a little spread out on the side. Freefy just looking for picks, but Destructive Dude swapping over the Reinhardt, seeing if he can't hold this point a little bit harder. And yeah,
the immortality is down from Sneaky Turtle, but it gets deleted instantly.
Freefy letting out the whole hog. Dreaded DPS does find Scotch. Gets traded on himself by the enemy Widowmaker, so watch McCree in 30 as the Genji Blade coming out, kills Scarlet, looking for these resets, does get McCree off, looks onto the turret but dies to 30 overall. Whew. Sneaky and Canuck last alone, and Canuck will probably waste this D.Va bomb as 30 finishes him on 4 even and can get back into his mech. Oh, but Reinhardt trying to solve some a little bit more time as much as possible, but it does look like the offense finishes this push.
Yeah, and I think that they just kind of left the turret on cart, and they're just spitting out damage, and while no one's focusing it, just did its thing.
Yeah, who needs 30 when you can have like 30 and 30 turret?
Right, it's the best of both worlds. You could have both. Yeah, you could have a turret and 30.
Why not? As they're going to be pushing through onto this second point. It's going to be pretty hard. Ooh, that was a really nice combo. Blendy, the halt hook, but the TPS do find some picks. The Destructive Dude goes down to 30, and Swift does find the res on the Destructive Dude, but dies himself again. 30's right. 30's in the back line. He's going all the way forward, dueling Heron a little bit, staying alive. Yeah, Dreaded DPS trying to do some Widow battling with McCree.
It looks like the DDS wants to contest this cart one more time before they hit the second point here. So they have a couple ults coming online here. They almost have the Genji blade from here and here, which could be a game changer. But Freaky pops his ult and is able to find a couple.
That was such a good hog, keeping them all at bay. There was no angle they could find. They get the point for free. Blue side doesn't even get to contest. They still have their Earth Shatter and Baptiste's ulti, but it's hard to say if they're going to be able to find anything with it. It's really difficult to shatter an Orisa team comp who's just sitting on that point.
For the offense here, they have both support ults coming online, which could mean that they can negate the blade here. Let's see if Heron on Genji can play around this.
Yeah, I'm looking for the defense. They do need to contest, so they can't just keep backing up. They can't give up this much ground. As Genji does ulti, but dies immediately. He gets out the Transcendence for his sake, but Destructor Dude going down too. This is just looking like a disaster as the Ana boost, Nano boost the free feet, and he's just running around looking for the Widow. He's running her down. Run away, the bad man is coming.
Heron made the switch on the Junkrat here. And it looks like they're still holding on. They almost have Grav. They have Grav and they have Shatter. These could be some game-changing ultimates while there's none on the offense here.
Yeah. Destructive Dude does get an Earth Shatter down, only knocks down one, but he doesn't even die. McCree stays alive. They do find both tanks though. 30 trying to use the Molten and Core load to his best thing. Does get Swift, dies for himself. Widow duel goes in favor of McCree, but doesn't seem to matter as the defense finally manages to hold. They have 3 ultis, so they're looking pretty set to defend this, actually.
But let's watch out for what Canuck can do with this Grav here. Maybe get Heron on the high ground, get some spam damage into it. While Freaky does have this whole hug still that he's been sitting on.
Yeah, what's big about it, Scotch doesn't have the Transcendence to cancel it out, so there's no way that Canuck, if Canuck lands a good one, they shouldn't just all die. We'll have to see how they manage it. Previous whole hog, probably the only thing stopping it out, but 30 does get picked off by Heron. A nice, really big pick for this team.
And it looks like the defense is playing this slow. They don't want to push forward, even though they did just get another pick.
Wait, Blenny actually running into the backline. He's just feeding ult charge. Does he actually get out? The madman.
It was an overcommit, but he's still alive.
Yeah, Canuck actually going down to the Widowmaker. McCree gets 2 picks onto the Widowmaker as well, so the offense maybe, for their like slow time, they're gonna be able to start pushing up here.
They have double sniper. Both of them are looking down main.
Oh my gosh. Canuck using the ulti, but he has no follow-up. Oh no.
This is not looking good for the
two, as there's no one to hold it. The tire in sad consolation coming out from Heron, and round 1 complete, as even though the defense had those the ult advantage, they just weren't able to group up. They got picked off a little bit. Maybe a couple too many people were chasing that Winston, and because they couldn't kill him, man, rough stuff.
Yeah, Cut got his grab off late. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get anything from that. Freefy did come in clutch. He pulled out the hog, bought the sniper some space, got a couple picks, and they just ran it in right there. Not much you can do about that. There's a hog coming at you with a full CC.
I mean, I said that I wanted to see the hog, and Freefy's bringing it. I'm happy.
Feels good, man.
Yeah,
all right.
This time, we'll get to see DCC on the offense. See what they're going to be bringing out for us today.
Maybe we'll see some Bastion.
Yeah, I honestly expect it. I think the more desperate teams are, the more willing they're going to go towards cheese cups.
Sure. We do have DDS here on the offense, pulling out that Bastion.
Yeah, and it's pretty hard to see what 30 and McCree are going to have to do on this double sniper comp against this. Dreaded DPS will be on a Widow of his own. Trying to contest 2v1 as a sniper, though, is a little bit difficult.
And it seems like they're unsure if they want to run triple support and solo tank, or duo tank and duo support. Let's see how the triple support works out for DDS here.
Yeah, I'm honestly not too sure what this Lucio is going to be doing. Mainly because maybe it's just to push them out onto the cart immediately. Or he's going to stay on it.
50cc is holding close.
They're holding close, but they are backing out. None of them get picked off, thankfully. Waiting for that shield from this Destructor dude so Heron can get on top. And oh, it gets melted immediately. But McCree, Dreaded DPS finds two. The support and Widowmaker are down. This is just gonna look like a rollover as I think Red Side does get a pick onto the Roadhog, but they're just gonna trickle.
Yeah, they're all just left behind them now. We got a Hanzo and a Hog left behind. But can they get out, or are they gonna get picked?
I think they're just gonna try to fight it out, which isn't the most the greatest of strategies, considering that blue team is just, you know, pushing the cart, but Freefeed does kill the Roadhog. He's gonna look for a flank.
Alright, so this could be a 5v6. They're gonna push this, try to contest the cart here.
Oh, he picked it up! The flank from 3D kinda works out. He gets Heron, but he dies for himself using his own ulti. Heron brings out the Dick-to-do and freaking just killing them all. Oh. I don't even... Wow. A quick break. Whew. As, what is Bastion's ult even called?
Oh, is that it called? 4 pawns?
Sneaky Turtle DC'd out, unfortunately, which is pretty tragic.
But I'm sorry. Going back to your original question about the Bastion ult, seems like you can utilize it as like a pick rather than just more of a burst damage rather than just trying to mow down shields. Right, he was just trying to finish off that on the back line as Bastion.
Yeah, it honestly brings Bastion the long range he doesn't really have. His damage fall off is kinda unfortunate. Whenever I find myself playing Bastion, I always feel like I can't like, because people are so far away from me, it's hard to kill them down, but I think I'm just bad, and that's the secret.
Just click on their head's forehead. Nah, you're fine.
It's true, it's true. Yeah, maybe Sneaky Turtle coming back into the game. And it looks like it's just a spectator bug where we can't really see him here, but he is here. Rest assured.
Cool. It'll be a reset on his ultimate charges. I believe he was playing...
he was the Lucio?
Baptiste?
Oh, no, yeah, the Baptiste, yeah.
Alright.
Kind of okay, honestly.
He will get the close spawn here, which is a positive, and now they're just resetting up the pirate ship as we pull into the second point.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing the Reinhardt from Bunny as I guess that's what teams have decided they want to play against this Bastion comp. It doesn't, as a shield tank, it almost just feels bad no matter what you play, because your shield's not gonna last very long.
And they're running a bit unorthodox with the Rein and D.Va again.
Oh, another hollow combo onto the D.Va. Freaky is going down. This is a 5v6 now for the defense, and it's going to be a little bit rough for them.
Defense is unsure what to do, but McCree was able to find the pick onto the counter Widow on Dreaded DPS.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get rezzed as his... Blenny!
Yeah, he charged the Bastion into the Ursa Halt!
And he gets him down. Swift does manage to res him pretty big as Heron's able to kill 30 off, but
only a couple left alive here for 50cc.
But they do get the Bastion. It's just gonna be Scotch alone at this point, and one Zenyatta, I'm afraid, isn't gonna win this fight. As Reinhardt going for the
hello
Earth Shatter from above.
Is Blaney switching, or did he just try to 1v6? I'm not sure.
He definitely got a little bit excited there. He's like, guys, I can touch. It's huge, and then there's only one down, you know. And,
if you shatter and miss and no one's around to see it, you could just say I shattered 5 people if there was no follow up. I think that's what he's thinking right there. I shattered them all, but there was no follow up.
You know, there's a saying: if I shatter but my whole team isn't around to hear me, did it actually happen?
Right.
It definitely, did, but unlucky.
Alright, 30 was able to get that hack onto Heron on Bastion here.
Yeah, this Stormer pick from 30, not seen all that often. Heron managing to burn down Blenny through the Zenyatta ulti. He's trying to tank for him. He kills Scarlet. Oh, this is looking like a one fight for the offense. And this is so fast. They still have 4.5 minutes. As both Widow sites come through, everyone knows where everyone is. This is looking tense.
30 needs to get that EMP soon. Because they have no other ultimates online, and that's the game changer right here that they need to play off of.
Yeah, Blendy trying to keep onto that point as long as possible, but he's not going to be able to hold it for too much longer as the unkillable field from Sticky Turtle keeps everyone alive. Heron mows them all down. Matter of time. Round 2 complete.
It was just free reign for Heron there. He just kept shooting and shooting, and there was no one to stop him with that. Like you said, Immortality Field was up. Coming through with about 4 minutes on the clock and 2 minutes for 4 minutes for DDS, and we got 2 minutes for 50cc. So DDS coming out stronger than they did last map, which is looking good for them.
Yeah, maybe it's just more towards an escort. Maybe I spoke too soon saying that 50cc was looking like the stronger team, as they're holding their own. They have their own comp. They know what works, and you know it might be a Bastion comp, but if it works, right? Whatever gets you the map win.
A good old pirate ship.
Yeah, we'll see. What were you
Did
saying?
Dreaded DPS hear our calls? He's on Ash.
He might have heard. Wait, he heard how much we love this character as the Ash.
You get a 7th teammate. You get Bob. He just gets to run around and shoot at people.
Yeah, and I think the biggest part about Bob that feels obvious is that he can contest points, and just like. What? How much health? Do you know how much health Bob has?
It is 1200 HP.
Yeah, that's a lot of beef to run through, and the enemy doesn't get any ult charge, so it almost feels pointless. We're gonna see some McCree out for McCree though, and I haven't seen him on this. I'm pretty excited. We get to see some outlaws. Ash versus McCree.
Living up to his name.
Yeah, 30 gonna be on this Sombra, maybe expecting some more cheese. Seeing what he can get in the backline. You don't see him on it too often. He's gonna be. Oh, he burns down Dreaded DPS. Ash down. Oh no. Ooh,
Heron is on the flank.
A nice pick. Blendy kind of charges in the backline. Both Reinhardt's just swinging away at each other.
Oh, they can catch a Blandy out of position here.
HS0 does importantly go down. That's the main heals down. Heron gets hooked. Freepy gets him down. Destructor Dude has his charge away. Both Reinhardt just kind of missing. But Dreaded DPS finding a couple picks. McCree, the Widow swaps were almost immediate. Goodbye, Ash and McCree. We're seeing Widowmaker here today again.
Back to the meta.
Back to meta. Resident meta.
And it looks like the offense just does have a few numbers on the defense here. Forcing DDS just to keep backing up so they can recontest.
Yeah, the big part about it, without the Reinhardt, it's way easier for the offensive snipers to do what they do best and click heads. But they're gonna have to contest here. It's getting close to the wire. 40 seconds remaining for the offense. They're walking in. A really good Earth Shatter. Knocks down Destructive Dude and Swift. He's running into them. Finds Swift. Finds Destructive Dude. Finds the point. And yeah, a good couple ultis. Only 2 ultis used from the offense. They're gonna have to keep pushing as much as possible though. 20 seconds remaining doesn't mean they get second point, like, uncontested.
We're going to come down to the last fight here, but going back to that last fight, 30 set himself up, good positioning and coordination. He hacked the Reinhardt and set up Blandy for that free shatter.
Yeah, pretty hard to see, honestly, how good Sombra is, and screw you, Destructive Dude, that's what you get for saying Sombra's not the best character in the game. Anyway.
Moving on, Freefy's on the flank.
Ultis everywhere, as a huge Earth Shatter, and it's huge! Heron finds
oh my god, Heron, you're a monster.
But the tanks are still alive, and who's around to kill them? Who's around to even contest them? It's just Sneaky Turtle and Heron. Heron gets hooked, he's dead.
Oh,
the Dreaded DPS does find the pick. It is just
2v1.
one Roadhog, but Roadhog can 2v1 here, as he does hook Swift, but Moira manages to shift away. 30 on the Tracer is not fast enough. They end their fight in the second point.
What a fight. That just went back and forth. After CC got a couple picks, they felt confident. They thought they had it, but then Heron came out of nowhere with that Riptire and made the equalizer.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a really good Sombra EMP too, but it just didn't matter when your whole team's dead. So.
Right, EMP and Hack don't do anything to the Riptire, unfortunately.
It was such a good setup too, because they got a full, that 3-man Zarya grab from Canuck into Destructive Dude's Earth Shatter into the tire, so they had nowhere to go.
Feels bad, man.
Oh, Wait a minute, don't play with my heart, 50cc.
We're getting to see some May action.
I'm more impressed with Scotch on DPS on this Bastion.
Oh boy, I did.
He's
Here we
starting
go.
for some point and click adventure as instead.
It looks like we're gonna see bunker comps out from both sides here. Who can run it better? It's gonna come down to that. And 30 just showing his flexibility here, playing May.
Yeah, and when we see pretty equal sides, we want to look at what's different. We're going to be looking at 30 on the May, dreaded DPS on the Widowmaker. Who can have the bigger impact on these DPS?
And DDS is running that triple support, putting all
they're
their damage on the
close right.
Bastion.
And this is kind of awkward. I don't like this actually, as
50cc is holding close.
Yeah, but May's kind of alone here, and Heron does get frozen, but he has a invulnerability field. He burns down May immediately. And this is just awkward everywhere. I don't like this. As Scarlet goes down while trying to res, started DPS, finding some heads. Scott tries his best, but goes down too. Freefy gets DMAC, and it looks like the push is gonna end from the defense. Or the push is going to continue from the offense. Oh, okay, Heron. That was a cue.
Heron's got a fat finger, I'd like to believe. Otherwise, he's throwing. Heron's a
very
thrower.
cool. Welcome to the Baddy plays, you know. Maybe. Who knows?
See you this week along with my Diva Bomb.
And in terms of ultis, thankfully for him, the defense doesn't really have much setup except for that field from Baptiste. We'll have to see what he's going to be able to get out of it. Maybe set up some stuff with 30, get some heavy damage as Canuck pulls Diva. It's not the biggest deal if Freefy doesn't get killed though. He does finally get DMAC'd. Scotch is down, and the invulnerability field, it's just like so awkward to kill. It does go down, but Heron able to get so much damage out while not having a shield. And Canucks whole hog just gonna clean it all up. 2.5 minutes to get one more point, and this would tie up the series. I'm excited.
Right, they don't even have to push it all the whole way. And 50cc has 2 ultimates online, and they're both damage boost. So we can look for something where they just want to play back and see if they can burst through this shield.
Yeah, it's so hard with this invulnerability field though. 30 really has to be on point killing that. The vulnerability field did get used just a second ago though. I think that's a pretty long cooldown.
Look for Sneaky Turtle to damage boost his Bastion here. Here we go.
Yep, Swift does pop the Valkyrie. See if he can keep everyone alive for a little bit longer, but defense isn't caring as Dread DPS finds the first pick on Scotch. Both Baptistos, and they're really close. McCree has to contest. Heron goes down though. This is huge as a really large dragon goes across the side. HS0 is walking his way back to the spawn. It looks like a reset. It was so many ults used from the offense. Even in saying that they're just gonna look up the swap comps completely.
They still have that minute 20 on the clock. So making a swap now was a good choice for them if that's what they want to commit to, because now they can still build up ultimates for that final fight here. We're looking at Scotch having a Riptire here, which could really throw off DDS.
Yeah, they will be able to see it with that Widow Sights. The Genji pick coming out for Heron, I like it. They know who they need to pick. But here comes the tire though. Oh, it was shot immediately by Dreaded DPS. What a shot.
Coming in clutch there, really?
Yeah, he even finds Scarlet. 30's down too. This is just looking bad for the defense as Dreaded DPS does go down. The mortality field is down for the defense. It gets blown up though. This Diva Bomb might be the saving grace as it gets Sneaky Turtle. This is looking like a pretty even fight.
Freefy's battling AJS in the backline as Baby Diva. Here we go.
Oh, he gets his mech back. He comes back in. AJS does get the res on Sneaky Turtle, but dies for himself again. And Scarlet managing to get the res on Scotch. Just so many things. The Baptiste will be coming through. Baptiste goes down for it though. Just
Destructive dude's got his primal rage. Heron whipped out the blade.
But he dies to the bigger blade and finding Blenny's hammer as the offense looks to get stuffed. Oh, really good, just staggered fighting out of the defense.
Can they make it back to cart?
Oh, it doesn't look like it. So close. No cigars. 50C will take the map. And I believe it's just a best of 3, so they'll take the series. Or full 3.
Yeah, they will take the win here. And now 50. If you're 50cc, you're just looking to bring things home here with the 3-0.
Yeah, I don't even. Oh, this is the whole hog just running them down. You get burnt down. You get burnt down. Scarlet, you have nowhere to go. Unfortunately for them, was not enough.
That play of the game, Freefy. Destructive dude with that 8 minutes of cart time. Moving with the payload.
He's moving, moving a fart time. As Freefy's Roadhog, that was a really good showing from him for sure.
Yeah, we got to see that Roadhog that you wanted to see, and he played it well.
Yeah, both teams playing a pretty good Roadhog, and we're gonna have to see. This isn't over yet though, as the DSS?
DDS. Wait.
DDS?
It's
DSS.
It's Dakimura.
Dakimura Death Squad.
There you
so
go.
DDS.
Yeah,
Dakimakura. Dakimakura Death Squad. Dakimakura Death Squad. Say that 10 times.
Personally, I'm not a weeb, so I'm not familiar with it.
Listen, as a Genji main, I am automatically a weeb.
Okay.
So
cool.
I can definitely say the words, but not really. As we're going to be going on to the last map, Oasis. Both teams running up, and as chaotic as these fights are, perhaps King of the Hill showing the best of like how well can teams fight in just small skirmishes.
Right, because there's a point where you have to play offense and defense without being set up for just one or the other. They have to commit whether they want to run dive or right. There's no setting up and being ready and bunker down in defense. It's got to be ready to do both.
Pick I really like on Oasis that I don't think we're gonna be able to see, but Heron's Farah should be looked at if you're the DDS here. It's definitely his best character, and even with it, I think he might be giving a lot of respect to 30 and McCree though. These guys have both been putting pretty good showings on those hit scan. It's kind of rough. But yeah, they might just be looking at. Well, I shouldn't say anything. They're baiting me.
Right. Each team looks to be making some switches here, unsure what they wanted to run right away.
Yeah, imagine having a plan beforehand. Not my BOL. Oh,
and it looks like we're going to see something fresh. We're going to see Canuck on the hamster, or Wrecking Ball,
he's
rather.
debating. We can't do it until
I got
out.
jump baited, dude.
They're just playing the dive. We do get to see this Farah though from Heron. I'm excited. The tanks get to meet up front. Heron looking to get out some space for his team.
And each team looks like they want to fight for this top right high ground here.
Yeah, Winston Diva walking in. Heron going pretty close range as both supports are down. This is as good of a fight as you're gonna find.
The tanks from 50cc decided to flank there, and the supports got separated.
We can see that just really good, a really good capitalization from the DDS.
And it looks like Heron's about halfway to his barrage here. Looks like ults are going to come online first for DDS here. See if they can get the advantage right away in this fight with one of them.
Yeah, you just gotta be so careful as Heron. You know that there's a lot of pressure on this guy against these double hit scan team comps, but if anyone can do it, he can. As both tanks jump forward, dreaded DPS. He picks off Scarlet, maybe one of the most important of them. Heron kills 30, and Free Feet putting out a Diva Bomb, maybe a little bit of desperation here. He's not able to find anything with that one.
And Heron's finding success on this Farah, even though he's running into double hit scan, which is impressive.
Yeah, it's honestly just, it shows how smart of a player he is, how much he knows the limits, and how well he's playing around the line of sight. You can say over and over playing against hit scan, line of sight, but like sometimes they just find a good angle on you.
Oh, we have Free Feet switching over to the ball here, trying to initiate.
Ooh, 30 picks off Swift. He picks up 30 DPS. He also gets sneaky with the tax visor. The bomb not going to find anything.
You just can't leave 30 alone. If you leave 30 alone, that's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen as Heron does find the ball, but it doesn't seem to matter. Just one ulti used. Man, 30, what a monster.
It looks like there's 3 ultimates online for both sides as 50cc does hold down this point for now. Look for the barrage from Heron and maybe a counter from Scotch with the sound barrier.
Yeah, dreaded DPS gonna be swapping over to this McCree, but as I say that, he dies immediately. A very awkward matchup for McCree and the Widowmaker. I think he swapped it to try to deal with the ball a little bit. But Swift going for the res, dying again. This can't be happening.
Yeah, this is looking difficult for DDS as we have 50cc just holding the high ground with the double hit scan, and there's not much they can do about it currently.
Yeah,
they have to get them off of that.
Honestly, it's a lot up to Destructive Dude and Canuck just to create as much space as possible. Jump on them. Don't let them play Overwatch.
Oh, here goes Heron. Heron's got the barrage.
Oh my gosh, and the combo between Destructive Dude and the Heron. Scotch's beat was too little, too late, and they get down 3. Now it's just going to be looking for a stall game. As Freefy balls around, maybe trying to run away. He is going to look for a little bit of stall. You know how the ball goes. And it's not going to be, he can't last forever.
Yeah, he's just stacking up extra percentage for his team at this point.
Yeah, as the Widow Sight's coming out for McCree, maybe a little bit of a waste. Seeing if they can find anything, but Destructive Dude finding 2 melee kills, finds Scarlet.
Both support ults online for a DDS as they're going to try to just hold this point down with about 12 seconds left to go.
Yeah, this is last fight.
Oh boy, they gotta have someone touch here. This is gonna come down to the wire.
Yeah, Freefy probably on this ball, gonna be looking to touch. He's gonna be looking up there. 30 pops Hack Visor immediately looking for the Pharah. He lives on 1 HP though. He gets the win. Hey, look for the McCree ulti. He finds 2. The Mercy ulti coming out from AJ0, keeping everyone alive. A key point though, Lucio, Sneaky Turtle, he does die with the sound barrier up. He's gonna try to run back as fast as he can, but it might not matter. No ultis left for the red side. Now it's just up to pure aim and skill. Sneaky Turtle trying to run as fast as he can. Heron dies though to Blanny. Winston finding a Pharah. But the Lucio ulti does get down, but we'll see if they can find any kills. Dreaded DPS on the flank, kills Scotch, looking for another kill. Oh, you cannot find any
over
more.
On this Tracer, trying to contest their McCree.
The Freefy, the finds go down. 30 finds Dreaded DPS, picks him up, but trades his life. Destructive Dude popping the Primal Rage, trying to finish off as much as he can. Swift dies to the mines. Heron tries to keep in the sky, but he dies to Blanny anyway. This is looking really tough for the DSS, or DDS. They just have to back up.
Yeah, that was an intense fight. It looked pretty scattered, but 50cc was able to pull through, and now they do have an ultimate advantage again after coming out of that long fight. Heron's going to have the barrage, Dreaded DPS is going to have his high noon and connect with his bomb, but what can they do with that? Because 30 can't leave 30 uncontested with that Hack Visor.
Need to kill this man. As Canuck kind of going a little bit alone, Destructive Dude's in range. 30's Hack Visor picks up Swift. Oh no, Dreaded DPS tries to get the McCree ulti on him, but can't find anything. As Diva Bomb coming through, finds nothing. Heron with the barrage, tries to melt down the Winston. Winston doesn't care. Winston doesn't care at all. He just kills him. And he finds 2. Lucio's down, Destructive Dude down, Blanny on a rampage.
Quite orderly.
Heroes never
And
die.
McCree just throws away his pulse bomb because he didn't need it. His team was able to pull through with Blanny and 30 coming through with both their ultimates.
50cc, really, a really good comeback, honestly. That map looked, that specific point could have gone either way, and just specifically that second to last fight was just so close. The ultis were coming up like nobody's business, and honestly, if a couple people wouldn't have gotten picked off, like Blanny got so many stray kills. This dude's a madman. For how much did this man go for? Like 325? He's doing work.
Hell yeah. Alright, let's see something a little more unorthodox. We have a Hamster and Reinhardt as the tank court for 50cc coming out here.
Yeah, a little bit different as Freefy just rolling around on the ball, trying to cause as much disruption as he can. Ooh, McCree getting caught out though on this Tracer. That is a mistake you can't afford to have, but thankfully 30 picks up Heron, picks up Dread DPS, maybe just locking this fight.
Oh, they forgot about 30 on that soldier.
How many times do we have to say it? You can't forget about this man? But men, it's not easy.
It's not easy, but he just does his thing. Well, we're looking for a reset here from DDS. Looks like they're about halfway to 2 ultimates here.
Yeah, these 30 buffs. 30 and Soldier, same person by the way, but just really showing up. Heron swaps over to Sombra, maybe just trying to get a little bit more backline pressure the best way he knows how, and hacking that hamster pretty big. He does it right now. Does stay alive though. Blanny finding the pin on the Sneaky Turtle. This might just be it. As Destructive Duke goes down, I would just want to reset if I was them. They even get the Earth Shatter. They're just falling down like dominoes.
Did bait out the Earth Shatter. Might have been a little
Canuck,
unneeded.
jump off. Just jump off, Canuck. You're not going to get your mech back. No, he's staying as Mini Diva. And he's going to late stagger. It's okay, Canuck. Oh, man. We're gonna be able to see Tac Visor's up 430. Freefee's got the mines. Going down a little bit slowly at a time. Well, I want to see how much Heron's able to do, because he's 10% away from his hack, EMP, and it's really good against a lot of these characters, between the Reinhardt, the Ball, the Tracer, even the Soldier in a way.
Oh. Heron solo EMPs the hamster.
Yeah, Hammond goes down, but Heron comes right back up. 30 does go down huge, though. McCree finds a pretty good pulse bomb onto the Diva, kills him off. Scotch getting that sound barrier over everyone, keeping them all alive for a little bit longer, but will it matter? Destructive Dude knocks McCree off the ledge. Blenny's hacked. He's not going to be using his shield anytime soon, as the so many things, as Blenny does get that Earth Shatter.
Blenny wants to finish his map.
He wants everything to end. Dread DPS cannot get that high noon to work out. Freaky picks him up. Blenny goes down though. This is so crazy, as it's just a 4v4 right now, but 30 still alive. Gets the helix pad, or the healing pad out, staying alive as long as possible, and this is looking like maybe near the end, as it's just Heron. Not sure if he's gonna be able to do much, but no. As 50cc closes it out, they get the 3-0, they get the wins.
Well, that was a dominant performance today we saw from 50cc, and here we head over to 30 on Soldier with play of the game again.
And who else? He just gets that damage from Scarlet, and you know, claps people, that right click, oh.
Destructive Dude doing his best here to contest that, there's not much he can do.
Yeah, he's just kind of alone there. As soon as 30 just kills both your DPS, you're like, well, I did my best, what can I do now, you know? And yeah, well played out 50cc, even in saying that DSS did not give up without a fight. DDS, I keep calling them DSS permanently now, but you know, whew,
Sure.
Very close match.
It was a very close map. GG's. Thanks everyone for having me as a guest caster today. It was a good time, Cal. Did you enjoy yourself?
I enjoyed myself quite a bit. I do not play by play, so
neither do I. I'm fairly new to this. I think it went pretty well.
Yeah, and yeah, I hope everyone has enjoyed this map, and we will see you in a little bit, as Game 3 is coming right up soon. I am Josh Danko, aka Virtual Riot. Thanks for having me again, and my co-caster, well, our co-caster here, Cal, aka Hook Resets.